live, and on your side. This is KTBS 3 News Midday.
Good Thursday morning. I'm Nate Fluharty.
And I'm Courtney Butts. Thanks for joining us this midday. And we start your midday off at the Capitol. Louisiana lawmakers are trying to curb teen nicotine use by increasing taxes on vapes. Nearly 1 in 3 high school students in Louisiana use e-cigarettes, and age isn't stopping teens from getting their hands on products only legal for people 21 and up. Lawmakers considered 2 bills intended to reduce the number of people using traditional and electronic cigarettes. One which would raise the tax from 15 cents per milliliter to 33 cents if passed.
Thing is real simple. Tax goes up, smoking use goes down, health outcomes go up.
Instead of increasing taxes, some lawmakers suggested providing more education about the dangers of using the products.
The chancellor for LSU Health Shreveport has resigned. According to KTBS sources, David Guzik was under pressure from an LSU board member to leave his post when he turned in his resignation this week. Guzik has been the chancellor of the medical school since January of 2023, and he is credited with getting LSU Health Shreveport off accreditation probation. Still no word yet on exactly why he was asked to leave, but in a letter from President William Tate, he says that Dr. Guzik was an exemplary leader and thanked him for his service. He also says they will announce an interim chancellor in due time. We'll keep you updated. If you're thinking about a new career in education, Caddo Parish schools are hiring. The district is hosting a job fair later this afternoon, and it's happening inside the Huntington High Gymnasium from 4:30 until 6. This will actually be the largest hiring event of the year, and all positions will be hired for. Caddo Parish Public Schools offering competitive compensation and a benefits package, including student loan forgiveness. Options are available. Attendees are encouraged to bring multiple copies of their resume, be dressed to impress, and good luck in that new job. Let's toss it over to Brian now for a check on our Thursday morning forecast and what it could look like with some rain headed our way. Good morning, Brian.
Yeah, hey, good morning there, Nate, and good morning, folks. So far, so good. It's just a little cloudy out there. Rain and storms to the west of us. They are moving our way. They'll be here by probably about noon, maybe 1 p.m. at the latest. So far, of course, Sakana getting some really heavy thunderstorms and then rain and thunder showers up across parts of northeast Texas around I-30 corridor and areas around the Piney Woods, and then further northeast up towards Hope and Little Rock, we're still dry. South on 49 into Shreveport, Bossier, we're good to go all the way down into Toledo Bend. Just cloudy, but the clouds are going to help us remain pretty stable today. Now, where we have peaks of sun, that is going to help promote instability. That will help to promote a little bit of storm activity across parts of the area, mainly in the northwest parishes around Caddo, parts of western Bossier, DeSoto Parish. That's where we are under a marginal risk, and west into East Texas. Shreveport right now, it's cloudy and 73 degrees. Winds are light at around 5. And as far as the threat of severe storms today, that will be in the area you see here shaded in green. In these areas, we could see isolated tornadoes at the most. I think a lot of that's going to be very far west of us, though, and outside of the Arclitex. Our primary threat is going to be damaging winds, some frequent lightning, and we could also end up seeing some hail from time to time. So we'll kind of watch out for that as we move through the day and as the storms get closer to us, and they already are moving through Oklahoma and into North Texas. We'll have this and the rest of your 7-day forecast ahead. Courtney, Nate.
Let's head to the crime beat right now. A Texarkana juvenile charged with another murder has accepted a plea agreement. Michael Holmes was charged with the murder of Kendrick Rockmore. That shooting took place in September of 2023. Holmes accepted a plea deal with prosecutors in the case and received a 25-year sentence. Holmes, who was 16 when the crime was committed, was tried as an adult.
And a shooting in Shreveport sent a 19-year-old to the hospital. Police say the shooter drove down Looney Street and began firing at the 19-year-old. Shortly after, police found a man suffering from a gunshot wound to his lower back. Police mentioned the shooting started from an argument on Tuesday that continued through Facebook comments. The shooter ran away from the area, but the 19-year-old man and SPD know who that suspect is. So far, no arrests have been made. A Shreveport man is convicted of shooting a 2-year-old. He's been sentenced to 40 years in prison. And 24-year-old Robert Whitaker received the maximum sentence yesterday for firing a gunshot at an SUV that injured a child. The shooting happened 5 years ago on Wagner Street. Whitaker fired 4 times into the vehicle, hitting the toddler with pellets and shattered glass. He'll serve his sentence without the possibility of parole. When we return, we get a full look at your weather forecast and into that weekend.
Yeah, can't wait. We are almost there. Plus, we go behind the badge today and introduce you to a very special school resource officer. Keep it here.
Now, with your Willis Knighton Mega 3 Doppler radar, here's meteorologist Brian Fowler in the Mega 3 Storm Team Weather Center.
And looking out there now, satellite and radar composite, showers, thunderstorms to the west, and getting a closer view of the intensity of the storms. As you can see, Corsicana, storms there. Pretty heavy rainfall out towards Cleburne, over towards Mansfield. They lighten up some. And then in Dallas, Fort Worth, up towards Plano, we're just getting some moderate showers at the moment. But things are going to be improving as they start to move into the afternoon. They will see less rain. We will start to see more of it as temperatures heat into the 80s, and that'll kind of help to destabilize the atmosphere on top of us, at least over part of the Arctic, and some rain. Some storms may begin to form. Some of those could be severe in our area. Right now, I-49, 3 Tower Cam live. It is 73 degrees. Winds are south-southeast near 5. And across the entire Arctic today, we are seeing a couple of little changes here, and one of them being the risk of severe storms. First of all, we had the storms yesterday. For today, basically out west, the severe weather. So yesterday and today, all the severe weather was going to be to the west of us. Now, for today, things changed up a little bit. The Storm Prediction Center has just a marginal risk of severe weather right over the western parishes, East Texas, and parts of southeast Oklahoma, which includes just a slither of McCurtain County. So satellite and radar, you can see here the clouds breaking apart a little bit. Just a little bit, and where the clouds break, the temperatures warm up. That helps to provide a lot more buoyancy in the air, and some thunderstorms begin to form into South DeSoto, out towards Sabine and into Natchitoches, but more of that rainfall out into northeast Texas starting to roll our way, and things are going to start to pop here and there for a little while, followed by showers and storms, that line of showers and storms moving into the Arctic by the afternoon. Current temperatures not doing too bad. They were in the mid 60s early this morning. Haven't really moved a lot since then, but still pretty moderate for this time of year. 70 in Minden, Magnolia 72, 70 in Atlanta. Over in Marshall, we are at about 69 degrees. So today we'll reach into the low 80s. We do have rain and storms in the forecast starting at around 1 o'clock, maybe at the latest 2 or 3. They'll be pushing across the area, winding down by around 8 or 9 p.m. tonight. And then tomorrow, more rain, more scattered thunderstorms, but lesser of a chance. We're expecting only a 40% chance tomorrow and on Saturday, excuse me, and some isolated showers on Sunday, highs in the mid 80s. Another cool front Tuesday and Wednesday, more rain then, and maybe seeing the temperatures not getting as warm, upper 70s by midweek. Courtney, Nate?
Well, it's one of the most important jobs in law enforcement, an SRO, also known as a school resource officer.
It certainly is very important. And in today's Behind the Badge, we introduce you to one SRO that's impacting young lives in a very positive way. Here's a closer look.
Well, yes, welcome to WT. I like to call it my pastel paradise.
She lightens up a room every time she goes in there. She loves, the kids just flock to her.
The one thing I can say about Officer Laurent is her relationship building with students.
Oh, Lee, how was your Easter, Abel?
Pretty good.
A great person.
So my little brother and sister came over.
Yeah?
I don't think if it was for her, I don't think I'd be able to make it this far.
Abel is my sidekick here. He helps me keep the doors locked. He checks out for everybody.
When I'm upset, she really helps me calm down, and she's always been there for me, and I don't think I've ever had a relationship with somebody like I have with her.
What are we working on, guys? Coloring?
Oh, the kids know her, they love her. I mean, you talk to any of these kids and they'll say they love Officer Sarah.
All she does is want to help.
Just like the month, that's perfect.
She's just very loving and caring.
Hi guys, how's it going?
On the hardest time, she can be like really comforting to you and stuff.
I am going to color the worm.
I would say she's very thoughtful too.
You feel safe around her knowing that she is here? I really do.
They're not just a student, they're somebody's whole world. What you working on? Hey, let's see. And I've been trusted with the big responsibility of looking after them.
Do you also feel like you have a friend?
Yes.
You have a friend?
Yeah.
Someone that will be there for you when you go through hard times?
Yes.
Is that right?
These kids are not just kids. They're my students and they're people I care about and I get to see every single day and build relationships with.
Of course, big shout out to all of our SROs for keeping those little ones safe. And if you happen to know someone involved with the police department, maybe they're a first responder and they're doing big things in our communities, we love to tell their stories, but we need to hear about them first. You can email the details to behindthebadge@ktbs.com.
And after the break, we visit the Holy City in Rome.
And those saying goodbye to Pope Francis. Thousands gathering to pay their respects. We'll have more next.
Now, KTBS 3 News continues.
Welcome back. The celebration of the life of Pope Francis continues this morning in Rome.
And let's take a live look at the services happening right now inside St. Peter's Basilica. You can see mourners lined up to pay their last respects. And for more, here's ABC's James Longman.
The rush to see Pope Francis, the people's pope.
I got up at 4:30 to be here at 5 a.m. like everybody else in this line to pay my respects to Pope Francis.
More than 50,000 from all walks of life and around the world, waiting for hours in massive lines from morning till deep into the night.
You've got people just flooding down the street here. You can see all those people up there running. They're all running towards the Basilica because they've reopened the gate.
The Vatican keeping church doors open till 5:30 in the morning to allow as many people as possible in. His wooden coffin placed at ground level, not elevated, so that those gathering can see him more easily.
Our Terry Moran among the sea of mourners filing past that simple casket.
We've just come out of the Basilica and it's extraordinary. It's a river of people that enter from all over the world. You can tell, you can hear it in the language and the reactions. Some people in tears, a lot of people very prayerful, as you can imagine. Some people almost smiling, all this sense of gratitude and a moment of history for Pope Francis.
American Lana Klein struck by the emotion inside the sanctuary.
Walking in there, it was so silent, but you could feel how much people really cared about him and how much love there was for this man.
Pope Francis will be buried Saturday at St. Mary Major in a tomb bearing the single name Franciscus. He is keeping some traditions. He'll wear his pallium, a scarf-like garment and a symbol of his status as a good shepherd. A bag of coins featuring his portrait and a document summarising his papacy will be buried with him. The cardinals are meeting at the Vatican again this morning, saying they'll meet every day. Their next big task, the conclave. ABC News has learned 133 of the 135 eligible cardinals will plan to choose the next pope. After 2 backed out due to health issues, Francis appointed 80% of them.
Well, there are 9 days of mourning now, and that means that the conclave can't happen until May 5th at the earliest. Remember, these cardinals have come from all over the world. They need time to get to know each other and make this incredibly important decision. James Longman, ABC News at the Vatican.
Well, coming up, we head to Courtney's kitchen, and Nate, I gotta ask, how much sugar do you think you drink a day?
A lot.
A lot of sugar?
Probably a lot more than I'm supposed to.
Eat or drink, yeah. So we'll be talking about added sugars and those hidden added sugars in our drinks. That's coming up next. Well, it's no secret that there is a sugar problem in America, but the surprise is that most of the sugar Americans consume come from sugar-sweetened beverages. Today in Courtney's Kitchen, we're rethinking our drinks. Well, spring is here and summer is right around the corner, and today I've brought my friend Brian to Courtney's Kitchen, and we're talking about rethinking our drinks today. So thanks, Brian, for
welcome,
for
friend.
joining me in the kitchen.
Friendship Day.
Well, I have a question for you.
Okay.
How much sugar do you think the average American eats a day?
A day?
Yeah.
Well, there's
If you had
sugar
to
in
guess.
everything now, so I would have to say probably 2 or 3 cups worth.
Okay.
Measuring cups worth.
Okay, so yeah, it's about a cup a day, or it's a little less than a cup a day, but it's about 17 teaspoons.
The answer was sitting in front of me.
Yes.
I actually didn't know
So
that.
maybe you can kind of see it a little bit,
That
but
is
this
still a
is
lot.
17 teaspoons of granulated sugar that I just dumped out onto the plate. So that's a lot of sugar. That's
Times 365, what would that be?
about 60 pounds.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
And that's the average, so it could be a little
And that's
higher than
bleached
that, actually.
sugar at that.
Right, yes. And so today we're actually talking about rethinking your drinks. So we've got all of these options in front of you that I'm going to maybe see your reaction on, Brian, because do you like...
Not yet. Okay,
yeah, right.
Sorry.
Do you like sugary beverages?
Yes, I do.
What do you typically go for?
Snow cones.
Snow cones, okay, yeah, so that would have
Dr. Pepper, too.
And Dr. Pepper,
And
okay.
Coke.
And Coca-Cola. We'll get to that in just
Coffee.
a second. But a big source of this added sugar that Americans eat or drink every day is from sugary drinks and beverages. So we're going to talk through a lot of the most common ones. So Powerade over here is it has a lot of added sugar. It actually has about 52 grams of added sugar, and that's equal to about 3.5 glazed donuts.
They should put that on the side of the bottle.
Right, yeah, there's 3.5 glazed donuts. It's equal to about the sugar that you'd get from eating that. Now, a 16-ounce Red Bull is about 51 grams of sugar, so pretty similar to Powerade, but this visual is about 17 Chips Ahoy cookies.
One of those for that?
Yes.
Well, I'm glad I stopped drinking those in college then.
Right, yes. And then, so a venti, which is 20 ounces.
And that's what I get.
Okay, this is a white chocolate mocha.
Oh, I don't get that.
Okay, it's about 61 grams of sugar, added sugar that's been added. This is 2.5 Hershey chocolate bars that is in the sugar that's in a white chocolate
Both I like
mocha.
warmed up, by the way, in the microwave.
Yeah, but it tastes great, right? Because all
Less
that's added sugar. So a 20-ounce Coca-Cola has about 65 grams of sugar. You can see we're going up and up. 5 Swiss rolls is equal to the sugar that's in the Coke.
And when you think about it, people eat that for breakfast, maybe snack on this or this. I mean, the
In
sugar
addition to
accumulates
drinking.
all day.
Yeah. Now the big one is a large 32-ounce cherry slush from Sonic. Has about 116 grams of sugar. 116, Brian. 27 Oreos. You'd have to eat 27 Oreos to get that sugar. Now the big kicker is a Route 44, 162 grams of sugar. You'd eat the whole Oreo package.
And if a lot of people do that every day.
Yeah. So really you want to limit it to about 24 grams of added sugar per day. Less is also better. A good rule of thumb is maybe limit it to less than 10 grams of added sugar per food item. Looking for sugar on your ingredients list and your nutrition facts label can also help as well. We'll have more tips for this on our website at ktbs.com/Courtney's Kitchen. And if you have a question or topic that you'd like me to cover, send us an email at pressreleases@ktbs.com.